Hey guys, right, today I want to talk about fuel caps, or more specifically the Oberon race style billet fuel cap. Now, as may you aware, I'm an Oberon stockist, and from their range there's two items that I stock for the Nortons. Fuel caps. These will fit all 961s, all V4 variants that currently have this style lockable fuel cap produced by Zardi. I also stock the clutch slave cylinder for the 961s. Colours, I stock silver anodized, and also for the fuel caps, the raw machine finish. This is actually my personal favourite. Do bear in mind though, should you go for the raw finish, this does require more maintenance, more upkeep to maintain that finish. There is no protection on that. It is fresh out of machining. So each time you clean the bike, just spare it 5 minutes with the metal polish just to maintain that appearance and protect it from the elements. Regards fitment to the cap, that's what this video is all about really. I've had a few inquiries. I'm interested in buying a cap, but I don't know what's it like to fit. I thought I'll just do a video. Should you buy the cap direct from Oberon? And by all means do so. Price is the same from Oberon or from myself. If you go on the Oberon website, the code you need to search for this cap is FUE. That's Foxtrot Uniform Echo 7040. You can also see the range of the other colours they offer. I can order in any colour, but do bear in mind it will affect lead time in getting it out to you. But by all means, check out the Oberon website. When you buy a cap from Oberon, it will come packaged up very nicely with a selection of fixings, and the instructions included only mention Aprilia and Triumph models. Don't worry, it is the right cap. Oberon produced the cap for Aprilia and Triumphs. I saw it on their website. I thought, you know what, I'm sure that's going to fit the Nortons. I got in touch with the guys at Oberon. I said, would you mind me sending a cap out to you to check your cap against? They welcomed the idea of open arms and they got straight back to me. Stu, you're right, it's an exact match. The rest of it's history, as in I sold a fair few of these now. If you buy the cap from myself, what I do before posting it out to you, I open up the packaging, I remove the bits you don't need to simplify it. I then temporary build the cap up. So all the fixings, I put in the dummy bolt there with the nut, that's all tight ready for you. I make sure these are all tight ready for you. There's a spacer here, I pick out the correct bolts and then I hold it all together in an elastic band. So when you take it out of the packaging, just study that. Make a mental note of the orientation of everything, then take it apart. Remove all the fixings you've got there. Also in the packet, there'll be an O-ring. It's quite greasy, don't worry, it should be. Go into your bike. In fact, let's do this from the instructions. We'll just do the lot, start to finish. A direct replacement for Aprilia Triumph models with 6-bolt head visible pattern on the original item. That's what I mean. Doesn't mention Norton, but don't worry, it is the right one. The fuel kit is supplied, pre-assembled, and only requires simple fixing to the bike. Remove the original assembly complete from the petrol tank. Let's do that now then. So, open the cap up to start with. As you're sat on the bike, roughly in the 7 o'clock position, there is a security bolt. This is held in place with a 4mm Allen key bolt. I'm using a long reach Allen socket, it's just easier. Put that to one side. Drop the cap down. Out of these 6 bolts, only 3 of them actually secure the cap down. So as you sat on the bike, the 1 o'clock position, 5 o'clock position, 9 o'clock position, the only 3 you need to remove. You can see they're not particularly tight. That's because they hold a cap down, they don't hold the engine into the bike. Let's pull those out. Come here, you. Come on. There we go. Now you can lift the cap out. From that, remove the outer gasket seal. Give it a nice good clean. Also remove the body on the underside. There's another seal. Do pay attention to this. I've had a few of these where they've been installed. Let's just demonstrate it if I can move it around. I've removed them and they've been like that, all misaligned. There's compression limiters as part of the body, and those locate into the seal like that. So when it's all on properly, as this one was, they'll all be nice and flush and everything lines up. Obviously this seal's used on several different cap designs. Give that a nice good clean while it's removed. I will do that now. Should have done this before, shouldn't I? That'd be a little bit scripted though. We don't do scripted. Wipe all that off. And give the outer gasket a clean as well. There we go. Right, drop this back in. Where it said Zardi, 12 o'clock position. Move it round so you can see all the bolt holes are nicely lined up again. Take your new cap and your gasket and place that onto the cap. It goes round like that. It's a little bit fiddly, but she'll go on. So it looks like that now. From the fixings, there's a spacer. Drop that spacer into the 5 o'clock position. It goes right next to that little vent, that drain there. So it fits inside between those two bits there. That fits there. That will line up with that position there. Now if you open the cap up, right to one side, there's a drain hole right there. If you position that drain hole at 6 o'clock, that will then line up with that spacer. Open your packet with your seal ring. And that will stick onto the cap. Let's go back to the instructions. Locate the tank to body sealing O-ring. Position the seal in the recess on the underside of the main body. The petroleum jelly is there to temporarily hold the seal in place whilst fitting. Very carefully lower the assembly into place without disturbing the seal. Loosely fit the M5 cap head bolts into position and tighten down evenly. This will compress the body sealing O-ring to the spout of the tank, forming a fluid tight seal. So let's do that. Drain hole, 6 o'clock. I've just disturbed the seal. Right, so we'll listen to instructions. Do not disturb the seal. That was my sausage fingers there getting in the way. Very carefully lower it down. I can feel that's even in there. I can see it's even in there. So there we go. Then take the 3 bolts. Right in that moment of the video there, I just banged my head on the bike next to me. And I did very well not to swear. So nice and evenly. Instructions. The fuel filler kit is now ready for use. Never over tighten the cap. Only a gentle twist is needed for a positive seal. The O-ring helps preventing over tightening. That's referring to the cap. So you've got an O-ring here and then a sealing ring there. These are already pre-greased. So if you screw it in, a gentle twist. No need to really tighten it up. If you really tighten it up, you'll find it's quite difficult to undo again. Very much like the oil filler dipstick on the 961. If you give it a bit, it locks on. So yeah, a simple twist is all it needs. That's it, and it's sealed at that. Hope that covers it. Any questions, by all means, please fire them my way. I'll reply to it as soon as I can, either on the YouTube video here or for inquiries at motivated.uk. Speak to you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.